Welcome to the Fluffy Cow Studio. I am so grateful that you decided to pop in today and to visit us and see what we're going to make that is fun and crazy. And I am going to break this actually up into a few pieces, a few segments, but welcome. Thank you for coming. Today we're going to start with a wooden circle from the Dollar Tree and a large star which came from Hobby Lobby, and then a medium star and a small star. And I think all the stars came from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to take them outside, paint them black with Rust-Oleum black. And now I have come in and I am going to paint this star with red paint. And it is it is apple red, and it is from Apple Barrel. And I'm going to do a sloppy paint, which means I'm just going to do a sloppy paint, all over it. I'm going to leave, some places a little bit lighter, some places a little darker. So it kind of gives it that rustic look. I also did this same coat, only with white. On the circle, you can't see that because apparently I didn't record it. So I just painted that circle as well white, and then I drew some lines on it to make it look like pickets or on a fence. Now that we got that done, I will be doing the medium star in white, and it will be the same, a sloppy paint. And we will also do that in the small one, only it will be blue, and it will be the English navy blue. And these are all from Apple Barrel. I took 4 of those little Dollar Tree blocks, I painted them black, and I glued them onto each point of that red star because I wanted it to be raised a little bit. And once we get these painted and they are dry, then we will glue the red star to the white, then the white star to the red, and the blue star to the white star. Now I'm going to take some of those Dollar Tree beads, those tray sitters or whatever you want to call them, and I'm going to take off the tassel at the end and the hat at the end. And I am going to take some of the beads off because I don't want it quite that long to hang this wall decor. I'm going to take a piece of tape, wrap it around the jute, and tie the jute, and take the jute through the hole and tie it. Then we'll do the same to the other side. I'm going to put just a little bit of tape on the end of that jute, feed it through the hole, and tie it up. Once I get that done, I will put a ribbon from the Dollar Tree on the top of those beads and hang it up on the wall, and I will show you that when we get to it, which will be here in a minute. I also take that jute, when I get the knot tied, I glue it down, cut off the excess, and then I glue it down so that it will not come unraveled and that it will kind of hold better. And this is the finished project. Easy, not too long. Now this is going to be a bottle. This is a pop bottle, and I took all the labels off and cleaned it, and then I am putting jute around the middle portion of it. I am going to start, I started with a couple rolls of the hot glue just to hold it in place, and then I started using the E6000 because I'm going to be taking this outside, and I'm going to want this to be glued really tight. I don't want it to melt and come off. And there will be occasions when I will put the hot glue in, because I just kind of want it to hold it in places and then move on. I just want it to be secure while that E6000 is gluing and drying. I am so excited. My nephew's horse had a baby colt. He is so cute. Healthy, alert, up and moving around, running around. Cute little thing. Gotta love them baby horses. Baby animals, period. Once I get to the top of this, where I'm going to end, this bottle has a decorative bottom and a decorative top, and so I am going in between that space that isn't decorated, that's just plain, and I'm putting this jute in. And when I come to the top, to the end of that plain blank space, I'm going to be using my hot glue gun to glue it down, to hold it in place while the E6000 dries, and I will be also adding a dab of glue at that end to keep it from fraying and hold everything in place. When my dad used to haul hay and we were kids, he had an old glass jug. I don't know where the jug came from, probably something like vinegar or something anyway, and he wrapped it in gunny sacks. And then he would hang it out in the shade and let it cool down, and he'd take it when we went out on the tractor. And that's what this reminds me of. Okay, now after I let that dry and I burned all the fuzzies out, excuse me, I took it outside and painted it with Rust-Oleum black paint. Once it dried, I brought it in and I'm dry brushing white paint to it. We're going to do the top and the bottom, and it'll kind of bring out those decorative pieces, but you kind of can't see it too well on here, but okay, I'm going to do the top and bottom. I will not be doing the underneath side because I will be gluing that onto something. I am then taking my red and I'm painting over, just kind of sloppy painting over a part of the jute. I'm going to do a section of red and a section of white and a section of blue, and this is the apple red from Apple Barrel, Just gonna do it till I like it. I don't get it so it's completely covered because I like the dark to shine through. Then I did a white in the middle, and now I am doing the English ivory blue. Why is this? Okay, I'm going to set that to dry. I'm going to take this star now. I told you that I used a medium star in the other project. Well, I cut it out of one of these big stars. And so I'm using this, the frame portion of this star, and I'm going to use it for a frame. I'm going to paint it black, just regular black from Apple Barrel. I'm going to go around the edges, make sure they're covered, and then I will go to the back side of this star and do it after the front side dries. Okay, now on this side, this star, I'm going to do the edges, the outside edges and inside edges, and I will be doing the top side black. The bottom side is going to be glued down, so we won't be seeing any of it. So we're going to go ahead and glue that down, and now I'm going to do the back side. Okay, after these have dried, I'm going to do a dowel, and the dowel is 20 1/2 inch. And I think it is a half size dowel. And I'm just going to paint it with the black as well. Okay, then I'm going to do again a sloppy paint of on this white, or on this big star, sorry. On the star I'm going to do a sloppy paint of white. Sloppy coat. I still want some of that black to look through, peek through. I still want some heavier places and some lighter places. Okay, now I'm going to paint a sloppy coat of the English navy blue. And then I'm going to go over it with a lighter color called cool blue, and I'm just going to dry brush that on. Because I want the blue, navy, and the black to shine through. Show through. Shine, whatever. I just didn't really realize black was a shiny color, so we'll go with show through. And I'm just dry brushing just to give it a little bit of highlight, but I don't want to cover up all of the blue or the black as well, the navy and the black. Now I'm painting that pole white. Dry brushing it, want that black to show through. I don't want it to be look too clean. Okay, then I went to Pinterest, found a nice cute picture of a little cow, a fluffy cow, and I'm taking some school glue and I am going to glue that down nice and tight on that wood. I'm brushing all of the wrinkles out, make sure there's no wrinkles. I do not know if this was a one that I bought or if this was one that was free. And then I am just covering it with Mod Podge and covering that whole star with Mod Podge. Okay, after it dries, I'm going to put a dab of wood glue on, and then I'm going to take our frame and set it down, get it arranged right where I want it, and then I'm going to put some pressure on it. And then I'm going to get these little clips that I got from Temu and put on each corner of the star. And then I wiped the glue off, and after I wiped the glue off, I think I went through and put some more on the indentations of that star. Then I let it sit and dry. In the meantime, I took my red, apple red paint, and I'm making just some sloppy stripes around. Once I get that done, I am going to stop for now because I don't want this to be too long. I will be posting again in a couple days, but this is the project we are working on. We'll finish it up in part 2, and we'll work on some other projects. This is going to be one that goes outside. It's big. It's got 3 or 4 projects we can work on using others. Thank you so much for dropping in. If you like this program, please hit the like button, and if you want to see more, hit the subscribe. Thank you again for dropping by. Sure do appreciate you. Thank you.